Oh, shalom, shalom, Kulan. Shalom, shalom. This is Uziyahu of Afro-Asiatic Hebrew. I wanted to talk to you all today about just very quick. I did something on Facebook, and I wanted to do something here on the Afro-Asiatic Hebrew channel. And what I want to say is stop. We need to stop anti-Shemitic hate, discrimination, bias toward Afro-Asiatic Shemitic communities, nations, and tribes. You know, hold on one second. I'll be right back. Give me water. All right, shalom, shalom, and I'm back. So I had to get some water. All right, so oh yeah, my new shirt. I'm gonna start doing it. It'll be available in maroon and gold. It's Afro-Asiatic Hebrew. After Shema Yisrael Yahweh Elohim Yahweh Echad. Established 2015 with the Aleph, Ayin, and Hey. So Aleph, Afro-Asiatic Hebrew. Excuse me. Yeah, so anyway, on Facebook, I did a post where I was talking about the current agenda of anti-Shemitic hate toward the Afro-Asiatic Shemitic communities, nations, and tribes. If you look at, and I always bring you all back to the Afro-Asiatic chart. If you look at, it's the 6 different phylums of Afro-Asiatic. You have Berber, Ometic, Chadic, Shemitic, Cushitic, and Egyptian. If I'm not mistaken, I think I said them all correctly. If you look at Shemitic, you have Central Shemitic and Southern Shemitic. Southern Shemitic, you have Amharic, Ethiopians, Tigrinya, Eritreans, Tigray, Yemen. You have the language of Ge'ez. That is Afro-Asiatic Shemitic. So those are, and they're East Africans, but they're Shemitic. All right, and you have Central Shemitic. You have Hebrew. You know, you have Israel. You have Arab. So the Afro-Asiatic Hebrews, the Afro-Arabs, the Afro-Palestinians are Afro-Asiatic Shemitic, Central Shemitic. Because I notice in different places and here and across the globe, you're having so-called African Americans, you have Amharic Ethiopians and Tigrinya Eritreans who are being discriminated, especially when we let the world know that we are B'nai Israel, that we are the children of Israel. We are getting persecuted in America. We are getting persecuted in Israel. We're getting persecuted in a lot of different areas where it's a big anti-Shemitic spirit and persecution going on toward our people. You know what I'm saying? One thing, people say anti-Semitic, which is the S-E-M-I-T-I-C. I say anti-Shemitic, which is S-H-E-M-I-T-I-C. And the reason why I say Shemitic, because the S-H sound was more of a ancient sound. The modern day today is sa. So instead of Shemitic, they say Semitic. Instead of Yerushalayim, they said Jerusalem, Salam. You know, instead of shalom, they say salam. So in the ancient times, the sh was in ancient times, the sh sound, even like in the Tigrinya language, right? You have the sh sound is older than just the s sound, you know. And Shemitic refers back to the son Noah's son Shem. So when you look at the Afro-Asiatic chart, you see Afro-Asiatic Hebrew, so-called African Americans, were Central Shemitic. You have Tigrinian, Amharic Ethiopians, and Tigrinya Eritrean. Us three are being persecuted in Israel, where hatred, white supremacy, all these different things, persecution. You have different people of different races, of different religions, of different backgrounds that has confirmed on a primary source level that the true children of Israel was melanated, have hue, were African, were black. They compared us to like the Ethiopians, to the Egyptians. You know, those are two Hamitic counterparts. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, the whole point is, what I want to bring up is that we need to speak on that, and we need to watch out for that, because they're trying to give a false narrative in the media and trying to lump everybody in as Black Hebrew Israelites, Afro-Asiatic Hebrew. For the record, we are not Black Hebrew Israelites. We're not associated with Black Hebrew Israelites. We would not accept someone calling us Black Hebrew Israelites. If you do, then you're false. That's defamation of character. It's a false report. And, you know, so our brand, our style, we try to keep everything professional. We try to, we try to keep everything professional. You know, we're not part of any camps or anything like that. For those who subscribe to that or do certain things, that's them, but that's not Afro-Asiatic Hebrew. So we don't want the Afro-Asiatic Hebrew flag, the slogan, anything connected to anything that is not the truth for us. You know what I'm saying? We kind of we mostly deal with like college students, or we deal with people in the community. You know, so that's kind of that's our demographic. You know, a lot of my friends are from Africa, so we don't hate on African, we don't hate on the Edomites, we're not hating on the Hamites, we're not hating on Kemet, the Egyptians. You know, we're not calling our Black women B's and H's. We're just not. That's not our style. That's not what we do. So if somebody see something like that and try to add or try to make it seem like we're a part of that, that's false. Anyone who say they're Afro-Asiatic Hebrew, anyone who receives one of my flags, anybody who does anything, and if they're not representing it the way my vision is, the way that I set it up, then we will have to disassociate ourselves with anybody, because we're not about anything extreme. We're not about anything radical, nothing in that nature. Our slogan, our motto is educate, building bridges, solutions. That's what we're about. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that it's anti-Shemitic if I let people know that the original B'nai Israel is melanated hue, and if somebody say, "Oh, that's hate," if the fact of the matter is, and we have primary sources from Europeans, from Africans, from Arabs, from Jews, you have all these different sources confirming that B'nai Israel and ancient Hebrews were melanated African Black people with hue, then, you know, that's basically being a bully. That's anti-Shemitic discrimination, isolation. If everybody is always attacking the scriptures, that's anti-Shemitic spirit, because the truth be told, during the transatlantic slave trade, you had the Indo-European, you had the European Arabs, You had the Jews, the European Jews. You had the Portuguese. You had other Caucasian nations, other European Asians that came together, and even some of the Africans on West Africa. It was a conglomerate, a collaborative where they came together to enslave the Afro-Asiatic Shemitic people and bring them to the islands, North America and South America. So that's a Afro-Asiatic Shemitic Holocaust where 100 million plus people died just during that time. And imagine the people that was lynched and was killed here, put in jails, put into poverty, all these different things. It's an attack. That's Afro-Asiatic Shemitic hate. You know, there was an article back in the day where you had some of the Ethiopian women in Israel. They basically made them infertile, but they shot them with some unknown drug or something to make them not be able to have children. When they tried to donate blood, they would look down upon them as if they had a disease because their skin was shakor or black. And in Israel, they call the Ethiopians, they call the Eritreans, they call black people a word like in America, how people say you nigga. In Hebrew, they say kushi. So kushi means nigga. You know, so they're calling Ethiopians, they're called African. So they're calling Afro-Asiatic Hebrews, they're calling African Americans kushi. They're calling Amharic Ethiopians kushi, and they're calling Tigrayan Eritreans kushi. That means nigga in Hebrew. So they're called as derogatory terms. Just recently, there was an Ethiopian man who was shot and killed, who was innocent. He didn't do anything. He was just shot and killed by an Israeli, I think, soldier or officer. No justice for that. There was another time where even our brothers and sisters in Dimona, the African Hebrews of Jerusalem, the Kingdom of Yah, the KLY, in Dimona, Israel, they had one of our sisters. She was, they had a sister. She was in the Israeli army. She was just killed. The parents got no explanation, no justified explanation. It was sounding like foul play. You know, there was no justice for that. So, you know, remember they was rounding up Africans, putting them in, exiling them, putting them in different camps and detention camps. And, you know, just been a lot of racism and hatred going on. On another note, you have our Afro-Arab, Afro-Asiatic, Central Shemitic, Afro-Arab brothers and sisters going through a lot of racism toward the Arabs the Europeanized Arabs are being racist toward the Afro-Arabs. And, you know, we hear a lot about Palestinian, right? Palestine, but the Afro-Palestinians are going through stuff from the Indo-Europeanized, the Europeanized Arabs, Europeanized Palestinians, and the European Jews. So they're getting hit 3-4 times. You know what I'm saying? So I just want us to start paying attention to these different things. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of people try to say, oh, you guys are following a religion. Ethiopia has 80 tribes. Eritrea has 9 tribes. Israel has 12 tribes. That's not a religion, that's a nation. You know, so I ain't trying to, because I already spoke about some of this on Facebook, but excuse me. So when you look up the Afro-Asiatic chart, you see 6 phylums. It's Berber, Ometic, Cushitic, Shemitic, and Egyptian. Okay, and then we look up Shemitic. See, I'm gonna start saying anti-Shemitic. So now anytime you hear anti-Shemitic, that means that's hate toward Afro-Asiatic Shemitic nations, tribes, and communities. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of people, they've been trying to attack the scriptures, they've been trying to attack the physical description of our ancient ancestors. They've been trying to attack our culture, our language, but I do not promote, you know, hate or anything like that, because if you look at the flag, right? The flag is right behind me, and you look at the Shema. It says Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. So Echad means one. It can mean first. It can mean primary, right? So the primary thought is, hear, O Israel, Yahweh Elohim, Yah is one. That's the primary thought. Secondly, it says Be'ahabta. Ahab means love. So Be'ahabta Yahweh Elohim ka b'kol lebavka u'b'kol nefsheka u'b'kol meodeka. So we are to love Yahweh with all our heart, with all our soul, and with all our might. So love is actually a part of our Shema. That's a part of our Constitution. That's the seal on our flag. It's to make Yah the primary source. So we're not doing paganism. We're not doing different God worship. We're not worshiping ourselves. Our focus is, hear, O Israel, Yahweh our Elohim, Yahweh is one. And he's primary. He's the first focus. He's the important focus, the primary focus. And remember, they say it's one law, one Torah, one law for the Hebrew and the nations. So this Shema Yisrael also applies to the nations as well. They have to know and believe and accept that Yah is one. It's their primary focus. And they are to love Yah. See, to love Yah is to love him. His essence, his being. Love his creation. To love his laws. To love his righteousness. To love his wisdom. You know, if you're putting Yah first and you loving Yah with all your heart, mind, and soul, you're not going to be out here talking crazy. So if anybody's doing these things, are they really following the Shema? Are they loving Yah with all their heart, mind, and soul? You know what I'm saying? With all their heart, with all their soul, with all their might. So that's our brand. Our brand, when we say shalom, that's peace first. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So we have to speak on these false narratives that they're trying to do. So Afro-Asiatic Hebrew, we're trying to educate, build, and bridge a solution. And all my Habesha, my Amharic Ethiopians, my Tigrayan Eritreans, get in touch with me. Let's talk. Let's sit down. Let's come together where we can. I was thinking about Afro-Asiatic Shemitic, you know, where we can kind of have that where it's Hebrews and Habeshas, we're coming together as one, where we can sit down, have discussions, have forums, sit down and see how we can come together more. You know what I'm saying? And we can even go over some biblical studies together to see how things are connected, so we can, because remember, there was a relationship between Israel and Cush. There was a relationship between Israel and Midian. You know what I'm saying? So you have some of the Ethiopians, they can be coming from Cush, some of them can be coming from Midian, and some of them can actually be Israel themselves. So these are the three different breakdowns where, you know, Ethiopians and Eritreans and Oromos may come from, because Oromos and Somalians are Afro-Asiatic, they're Cushitic, they're Cush, they're Eastern Cushitic, you know. Amharic, Ethiopians, Tigrayan, Eritreans, they are Southern Shemitic. They can either be the ancient Midianites, or they can actually be of Israel. And I've heard, you know, Beit Yisrael, Falasha, they said that they're Israel. I heard that there was like a synagogue in Eritrea. Some of them have written books basically stating that some of the Eritreans, they're Israel too. They're the ancient Israelites. So, yeah, that was just a little quick video I want to speak about, that we have to start calling that stuff out. We cannot let people give a false narrative. And here's the plea to my people: let's stop all this extra stuff. Let's find a way to be more professional. Let's find a way to be let's just find a different style, you know what I'm saying? And let's stop being so divided, you know. But hey, my people were scattered to all nations, so my people ain't just in America. My people is everywhere. My people's on the continent of Africa. So I'm just reaching out. I'm just reaching out to my people. So I just want to say shalom, shalom.